Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very interesting video for you today, and this one's going to be a little bit different than your typical DEI nonsense that we deal with, although it ultimately is all tied together. This video has to do with your favorite company in the world, yes, that company that goes by the name of Blackrock. Well, apparently, there's an article here from the New York Post that says Blackrock was just recently, reportedly anyway, steering billions of dollars to blacklisted Chinese communist companies, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the age-old joke of BlackRock funds communism apparently is a real thing. They have been funneling money in the amounts of billions of dollars to companies that are blacklisted by this country that are Chinese-owned. Why? Reasons. So let's get into this article, guys, from New York Post. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. And for this video especially, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to need all the help I can get on this video because it will be silenced heavily. So apparently BlackRock is funneling money. Anybody shocked by that? I'm not at all. And BlackRock is one of those companies that we talk about all the time, man. DEI money is blood money. That's what it is. At least that's what I call it anyway. When you take the money from BlackRock and you take the funding from BlackRock, you can essentially kiss your company goodbye. It's like a ticking time bomb. There is no company that has benefited heavily in the gaming scene or in the entertainment scene from taking money from BlackRock. Almost all of it ends up ruining the entertainment sector, and they don't really care because they take their money and they run. The executives become rich. That's all they care about, and they will leave the company high and dry once it's no longer worth anything. So it says a congressional investigation found that Wall Street uses billions of dollars of American retirement savings and other investments to buy shares in index funds that included several blacklisted Chinese companies, the Wall Street Journal reported Thursday. The probe, conducted by a bipartisan House committee empowered to devise strategies for the U.S. to counter China, focused on world's largest asset manager BlackRock, headed by Larry Fink and index provider MSCI, the report said. BlackRock and MSCI did not immediately respond to Reuters' request for comment. Now, the good old Larry Fink, man. Larry Fink, who said that if you don't do what we say, we're essentially going to cut your funding and we're going to cut your impact, right? This is the person who loves to have complete control and then wants to complain on an earnings call that people make things too political. It is a complete oxymoron hearing Larry Fink talk, and yet here we are. This man is the epitome of evil, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens when somebody who has more money than sense, or more money that he knows what to do with, he's going to use that money to get what he wants, right? What do all men want? They want power. They want control. That's what he's aiming for. This is not about money anymore. This is a company that has trillions of dollars that they can play with at any given time. This has never been about money for a long, long time. This has always been about change. This has always been about social change, political change. I don't care if he's going to complain that we try to make things political or whatever the case may be. Ultimately, there would be nothing to make political if you didn't make it political in the first place. You choose to fund certain DEI initiatives that are inherently divisive, and they make everything into politics, especially identity politics. It says ties between the U.S. and China, the world's two largest economies, have been strained in recent years due to issues including Taiwan, the origins of the COVID pandemic, allegations of spying, human rights issues, and trade tariffs. The House Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party concluded that through investments in index funds, American financial institutions funneled $6.5 billion last year to some 63 Chinese companies flagged by the U.S., the report said. Now think about that. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. $6.5 billion funneled. And again, that's not a lot of money to BlackRock, man. $6.5 billion, that's less money than what they lost from Texas contracts in their education system. They still are able to utilize money like this as if it's pennies, and they're trying to shuffle it around depending on where it's going to get them the most control. They are a evil company. They really are. And the further you look into DEI, the further you look into companies like BlackRock and Vanguard, you're going to start to notice very quickly that people like Larry Fink are inherently the devil. I'm telling you, like, they are some of the worst people available on the social climate. Like, they are some of the worst people by far. And again, it's not about money. None of this is about money. This is all about control, and they're going to utilize their money, which they have damn near infinite resources. They're going to utilize their money to try to convince other people to give them the changes that they want. This is why they have a lot of stipulations when it comes to their funding. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. Maybe you're new to the channel, but there is a lot of stipulations when it comes with DEI funding. If you want to take funding from Blackrock, if you get funding from Vanguard, it comes with some stipulations, and you have to make sure that you abide by those stipulations all the time. The moment you waver, the moment you falter, they flat out told you your impact will be, your money, your funding will be impacted. You will get a lot less funding, you will get a lot less money, or you will get cut off entirely, depending on how much you stray from the conversation, how much you stray from the message. So again, BlackRock doing something like this, sending $6.5 billion to 63 banned Chinese companies, that really should not be too shocking. We say that all this DEI nonsense that we see all the time, this is basically just another form of Marxism and communism. That's all it is. So BlackRock funding communism, is that really so shocking? Not really. It says through investments in index funds, American financial institutions funneled $6.5 billion last year to 63 companies in China. Now, you have some comments here. It says need to hold all members of BlackRock and MSCI boards and all C-suite officers and all middle-aged managers in protective custody until the investigation is complete, sequester all funds, and halt trading in their stocks by those companies until they are cleared. So Fink would be prosecuted just like Trump, right? Absolutely not. And since it's pension money from across the country, any red state attorney general has jurisdiction and can file criminal charges. Imagine being so evil that you're taking pension money. You're taking money that people rely on to retire and survive, and you are literally taking that money and funding communism. That's what you're doing. If these companies are blacklisted by the US, they're blacklisted for a reason. And you're choosing to take that money, you're choosing to take the hard-earned American dollar and use it to fund whatever Chinese initiatives you have. It's insane, man. These will be the people that'll claim that you're making everything political, and yet they literally just made a political statement by doing something like this, by giving almost $7 billion to blacklisted Chinese companies. I hope you guys are seeing the bigger picture. That's why when we talk about DEI, when we talk about, you know, diversity, equity, and inclusion, all this nonsense we're dealing with in gaming, and when we're talking about it in movies and TV shows, there's a reason why this is happening, okay? There's a reason why all this is happening. If you go deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole, you'll get to the point where you're going to have haters try to say you're a conspiracy theorist, but eventually you're going to have to realize that this is all pretty fucking true. All of this is true. It's very clear that they have other ulterior motives when it comes to BlackRock, Vanguard, and what they're trying to enact as change. They very clearly have their own ideas, and we're seeing it play out more and more as time goes on. They're putting their fingers everywhere. They started off in TV shows and movies. They started off in real estate. They started off in all these other avenues. Now they're in gaming. Now they're going to tabletop gaming, apparently, because I got some more videos coming out about that aside from Warhammer. They're in everything. So it seems like they're trying to get their message out there no matter where it is. The message is the most important thing to somebody like Larry Fink. And as scary as it is, and as crazy as it is to see them donate $7 billion to Chinese blacklisted companies, I guarantee you there's way more that needs to be discovered when it comes to BlackRock and Vanguard. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.